Josh, are you okay?
Seriously, I'm dying.
Yes, you are dying.
No.
I'm just kidding, Joshy. You're okay.
How am I gonna get better?
Well, your skin cells are going to divide. Don't worry, I'll explain inside. See, Joshy, you're all better now. All we have to wait is for cell division to occur.
What's that?
Well, the cell division, which is like the cell cycle, is when your cells divide and they duplicate its DNA. Do you know what I mean? Yes. So Joshua obviously had no idea what I was talking about, so I will just draw the cell cycle. For starters, the cell cycle is the series of events that takes place in a cell, leading to its division and duplication of its DNA, which will then produce two daughter cells. The cell cycle has two portions, interphase and mitotic phase. In interphase, there are three stages, which include G1 stage, synthesis, and G2 stage. And then after G2 stage comes the mitotic phase. In the G1 stage, which G stands for growth, the cell increases, it just grows, it copies its organelles, and it will accumulate materials that will be used in the next stage, which is synthesis. To go on to the next stage, the cell must pass through the G1 checkpoint to ensure that it is a decent cell size, it contains the correct nutrients, and its DNA is not damaged. If the cell by any chance has any of these defects, it will go to the G0 stage, also called the resting stage, in which the cell repairs itself or it is permanently arrested. In the synthesis stage, DNA is synthesized or replicated, which results in duplicated chromosomes. In the G2 stage, the cell grows a bit more, it synthesizes proteins for the next stage, and it reorganizes its organization. Before the cell goes into the mitotic phase, it must go through the G2 checkpoint to ensure that the DNA is not damaged and if the DNA replication is complete. If not, apoptosis will occur, which I will explain later what that is. Amid the mitotic phase, the cell goes through another checkpoint called the spindle checkpoint or mitotic checkpoint to ensure that the chromosomes are properly attached to the spindle to proceed to anaphase. Overall, in the mitotic phase, the cell divides the DNA and the cytoplasm in order to create two new daughter cells. G1, synthesis, and G2 stages make up interphase, and then there is the mitosis phase, which makes up the cell cycle. As mentioned earlier, in the G2 checkpoint of the cell cycle, apoptosis may occur if there are any defects in the cell. Apoptosis is a programmed cell death, which starts off with a normal cell, which then starts to form little blebs. This is called condensation. Then the cell begins to break apart, which includes the DNA and the nucleus. They break apart into small pieces called the apoptotic bodies. This process is called fragmentation. After fragmentation comes phagocytosis, which is the process of ingestion of bacteria by phagocytes. These phagocytes help clear out apoptotic bodies. This is the process of apoptosis, which is also called cellular suicide. So Joshy, do you understand everything about the cell cycle now?
Yes.
Good job. You ready to play?
Yeah.
Let's go!